we're back. So I took a break for a little bit there. Effing cold in here. I was turning this bag and I was like, well, maybe I'll just show you how it's done. So it starts. Pull this back out here. It just kills my hand. This hand's messed up really bad. But I have to deal with it, so. Excuse my music. See, I sinewed all along here. Use this. See where it's at. Maybe I dropped it. It's right here. This little guy. A lot easier if you had a bigger one. And then I went ahead and stitched along here, right? And then you gotta turn it inside out and you'll end up getting your bag to look really cool. So you gotta pull it through. It takes a little bit for you to do that. It's a little tough when you bring these corners together. These corners are what really make everything so much more complicated in the world of making totes. I can't really do this all well. It really hurts me. My hand. I'll pay for it later. Ibuprofen. You get to that point where you get this almost like a basketball, but you'll be able to go back over it and see what you actually get as an end product when you put these bags together and everything. It's pretty cool if you take the time. It's a really hard thing to do. I can't imagine doing 100 of these. Every bag I do is a little bit different. You crease them in, you work them in there. The videos are always like overhead. Everybody's always overhead when you're trying to learn how to do these. It's pretty cool and all, but you don't really get to see, you got to work your seams. Otherwise, everybody sees all that. When you get in there, it gets really, you see the hand stitch sinew in there. And I don't care if you see it. It doesn't bother me. You can see a little bit of that. It doesn't bother me, but whoever's paying $200 for a bag might be bothered by something like that. They're going to get scratched. Like I said, these are those pull-up leathers too. So when you twist them and stuff and you bend them, they kind of change colors. It's kind of will fade back over time. It always seems to fade back. I don't know. It's a trip. I could be wrong. That's how I think. And then you got this, like I said, I created the big one behind me. And I use the technique on here that I usually don't show because it's my style. Nobody else does it. Sorry, I'm not trying to sound arrogant. But I'll put a bag in here. I'll put a really cool lining, my 1960s Coleman chair. I'm in the cabin. I use something like this. But we got a bunch. No joke. Collections. We'll sew it up here on this 1910 Singer. Rack it out. Look at. Here's some De La Muerta. De La Muerta. I hit up the fabric store and I bought yards upon yard. When you put that together, we utilize this really cool. I call this the Hammer of Thor. I met Wonder Woman. Sexy like Wonder Woman. A little bit of gold on there. Thor's hammer. We'll smash it. Sorry, I'm a little crazy. It's effing cold. But, like I said, here's one bag down. You can grab grab some really cool handles. This is another type of leather. This is called hillbilly leather. You see that? You go in there and you pull up on it. Look at that. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful. Pull up on it. And it'll create that effect. That's that hillbilly leather. You know, go online when they call it pull-up leather. It takes different effect. And you turn this into a strap. You hammer it in there. You go down to Ace Hardware, get yourself some heavy-duty snaps or something. Put it together. I like to embellish everything I get. Usually, there's a little bit of everything. We can make anything with anything. Got these earrings over here with silver. Whatever. But, we embellish. We got this whole wall over here of just gems and stones and whatnot and knickknacks and paddywhacks and give you guys some bones. But yeah, so I'll end up guesstimating where I want my straps to go because, like I said, I don't measure it out. I mean, I have the plate behind me for measuring. These mats, these self-healing mats, they're pretty amazing. They're great when you're using these little rotary knives and stuff. And I rock a you can see that I got like these everywhere. There's two of them right there, and right there. Those are the razor blades that I rock when I'm cutting leather. This one's really nice. You get one of these. You can flip out the blade, plus it holds those blades, so you're constantly prepared for doing the your leather work. You keep it in your pocket. But some cool stuff that my wife just texted me telling me she loves me. I love you. These are cool. So this is like some of that same pull-up leather. You pull up on it. You get some of that hillbilly pull-up leather, Maverick leathers and Ben, with some of this really cool. This stuff's hair on hide. Pretty cool. It's all leather, 100% leather with some. You can get sterling silver, gold, silver, whatever hooks, but these are just the nickel free. Some nickel free hoops, and you punch it. You get a little puncher. Like I said, these things you got to collect these things over time. You're not going to start out and just be like, oh, I'm going to have everything I need overnight. No, like it was for me. I had to use my cell phone for a camera. No offense, Apple's great, but you can make anything. These things are awesome. Look at this. My wife works in the medical field, and she rocked these with hair on hide with some earthquake leather. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff that I picked up. There's a bunch of it. You go on the website, there's a bunch of them for sale. Support us. It helps every little bit. We're giving away a bunch of stuff. I think even on the Patreon side, we have a bag that'll be given away depending on people who are interested. Some of these bags, like that one's pretty cool. I had that bag for quite a while. I made it when I first started out. It's a steampunk bag with some Western floral. Pretty cool. But trying to think of what else. We got some other stuff going on. I use this, fox leather stuff. People, they make a quick buck on it, I guess, online. I mean, quality sucks. It's expensive. I bought it. Pretty crazy looking. I mean, you don't really see it anywhere else. I mean, I don't see leather like that, but it's fake. I don't know. I made a couple earrings out of it. I wasn't satisfied. Pretty cool to get some opinions. I thought about, the whole Viking uh, tradition, the Viking beards and stuff, and my beard, it just doesn't. I have to keep it conditioned. Sorry, not trying to change subject, but it's still along the lines of leather. Um, I try to keep my beard conditioned so it's nice and smooth and healthy, and take really good care of my beard. It hurts if you don't. You pay the price. If I start making these to hold them with my logo and insignia, and I put them in there, across the beard, I burn it in, so I'll have a cool design. The camera can pick that up. Just cool stuff with a little bit of sinew just sewed. And I'll just braid it out really quick, drop it on the floor. Someone, man, here's the other one. I just put a bunch of X's. Yeah, I'll put it in my beard. I don't care if it's dirty or not. Someone asked me how I can handle a beard. I said, it's something very, very demanding from people with beards. Researchers say that it comes down to just manliness. I don't know. Whatever. But, I don't know. Maybe there'll be, the bikers, Harley, we had them to hold it. We'd have a big wrap with some snaps. We'd get on the bike and hold back. So this thing wasn't like this, up in your face and stuff. You weren't eating it. I eat it all the time anyway, so. Cleanliness. I slept in the woods for years. Talk about cleanliness, fight a fire, wildly. But I guess some of that really cool pull-up leather, if you see any of it online. It's really worth it. Got some of this really cool stuff. But, we toss these into the bags. We get these really cool bags. So, like I said, there's just a style to it that I do. I'll take this bag that I made today. I worked on both bags. This bag right there to the thumb. Same stuff. It's just probably not as abused. Same stuff. You can cut a piece. You take it from any other leather you have. It doesn't have to be the same stuff. But you cut a piece out. Nice little 4-inch square. And you can put it on there like I did with that one. Both ends. And then you just do it over whatever buckles you have. And then you can braid. Braiding's your easiest. It doesn't even have to be lace. It could be anything. You can braid some shoelaces together. Who cares? The whole point is to create something that's unique to you. And when I make these bags, they call this a dusty wheat. It's pretty cool because it's like, this is a very unique bag. Like, I can't explain it when I'm selling them. I can put it in there, but you really just don't get it until you have it. And when you stare at it, this stuff's really cool because it really basically just looks like it dusts off some honey dust to it. Really cool honey dust. Yeah, I know. This shirt's busting. Look at that. Bust tight. That's probably 100 years old. First lumberjack had it. No, not true. But yeah, so we'll just, tomorrow I'll end up hooking up braid up some stuff because I could put the tote style on. I mean, I got a couple of them back there with that earthquake stuff. I don't know. It's online. No one's bought it. It's super lightweight. It's super heavy duty though. Really unique stuff. I mean, leather's it's got its flaws, and that's the greatest part about it is that, people are flawed. So is leather. where you just work with it and make it work. Do whatever you want with it. You mess up. The greatest part about it is you mess up. You just move over. You know, yeah. I walk through the stores and I see these really high-end $5,000 handbags that are made of leather and stuff, and I go, man, wow, that's really cool stuff, hand stitched. I don't know. This will be here probably for 100 years. So I would take this into the woods with me to collect some mushrooms, not for getting stoned. No, for eating, edible. Boletes kind of stuff, morels, the good stuff. You cook them, they're like steak. Yeah, if you're a vegetarian, I'm sorry. We're not wasting here. We're utilizing. This is a good. No offense to the people out there that are vegan, vegetarian. I've been there, done that. This is pretty cool, amazing thing. This is leather stuff. I love it. You can call me crazy, but it's like gold when you start getting into it. Some of the stuff that I first had when I first got into leatherworking. I got this stuff right here. The very first bag I did ever. And it was made as like kind of a medicine bag kind of thing for your tobacco, but very unique. The thing is it's 100% Italian leather, and it's called Matsui leather. Very rare stuff. Beautiful stuff. Very beautiful. And I used it. Made some really cool fringe. It's just, every bag's different. That's the whole point. Nothing's the same. You buy a chunk of leather with an idea and let the idea take over. Don't try to force that idea, and you get something different, but not everybody's the same. So you can measure it out and make a perfect bag. You can make something different. There's probably 100 different bags that I have that are just different, not two the same. I'll put a different embellishment on it. So, but, I did make a bag that had probably, I don't know, $20,000 in Italian leather on it and lace. Once, I don't even know what happened to it. I like to call fringe. That's what I mean, lace, fringe. Diamonds of leather, because it takes a chunk. I mean, let me show you here. I'll do it right now, live, how I do this. This is how I do your guys' lace when you buy something. I had someone buy something the other day from my Etsy store. It was a simple little bag, but it had a really cool embellishment on it. I can't replace this stuff. Once it's made, it's don't mess it up, because it's rare stuff. But this is pretty cool. So like, we got this big chunk here. I mean, I really hate doing this. We won't do it to this stuff, because this stuff has no tensile strength. I did it the other day, and it just, tensile strength means strength and snap. It'll snap when we go to do it. So we'll grab if you want to get an idea, what you need to do is, these are awesome. You buy them and buy I was going to cuss there. You buy a bunch of the blades, extra blades. I mean, you can start out and get quite a bit done, but you'll get really frustrated, and it's so much more simpler to just change out the blade. Don't be wasteful in terms. Utilize it. But these are awesome, Tandy leather, or even online, wherever. Let me grab this. All right, so grab some of the stuff I picked up yesterday. Some of that Horween stuff, and it's very flexible, malleable. Take the heavy duty scissors wherever they may be, because you got everything everywhere. My music. Music is part of the soul. So you got to have your music when you're working. You got to find out, where your scissors are. I put them over here. Don't look at my butt when I bend over. All right. Scissors. Leather. It's a lace puller. I don't know. There's a bunch of them. I've never used any of the other ones, so I can't tell you. These work. I have 2 of them. 3 of them. 4. I don't know. I have a ton of razors for them. You can cut out. Cut out whatever size you need. You really want to pay attention to the fact of if there's any flaws, especially in the area you're going to be working on this piece. I mean, I bought that stuff in pounds, so it's cheaper because it's a scrap, and I go pick it out. Luckily, where I'm at, there's a big store, so. But it's never perfect. I mean, you can get down and dirty and try to get perfect. Fold them in half. You don't have to be perfect. Fold them in half. You're making some snowflakes. Don't worry. We're going to cut it like that. And now, oh my goodness. I can see you. Now take your razor and throw it. Pick it back up. Pick the setting you want. I mean, there's a ridge there. Look at how that's been abused. This is the tricky part. If your blade is dull like mine, I've pulled it so much it's melted the plastic. Unfortunately, these are made of plastic. Maybe metal would be better. I don't know. There's $1 million idea. If you don't have a sharp razor, sorry, I have short-term, long-term memory loss, so I'm living in the now, the Garth Algar way. Put it in there. You pick the one. I'm going to go with the top one because I'm going to pull a bunch of this for 3 strands that I need that are going to be, I go off for the length. I hang it over my neck and then just down, and that's going to be probably down to, my hips, roughly. I'm not very tall, 5'8", so down to my hips, and I'll braid the 3 strands together as a, as you can see, as one of the straps. It'll give you probably like a 20 to 27 inch drop. That's for those that know dropping down. So we'll put it in. Booyah real call. Like that. You get a little start there. Get that start going. You twist it. It's almost like you're just peeling it. Peel it on there. And I like to take it because I'm right-handed. Like I said, this hand had a bad accident, so we'll be gentle with it. That's why I said I have new razors, because there's no point in struggling. Look at that. Now, if it gets crazy, see how I stick my finger up in there? No, I'm not flipping you off. See that finger right there? We stick that up in there. We pull it. Kind of let that guide it. This is my left hand. Right. Kind of just don't let it get away from you. If you go too fast, you'll snap it. And starting over from here, is no fun, especially if you're a beginner at it. I mean, the very first time I learned how to do this, I had a piece of Italian leather that was pretty good size and heavy duty. So See how that broke? Right there's going to be a weak spot. See how that kind of, I let go. That's kind of like curved. You can see it better from this side. We don't want that. So we'll still pull because now we got an extra piece of fringe. That's still good here all the way to the end. But we don't want that in our bag. So we cut that. Get rid of that. Save that little piece. Like I said, it's money. It's gold. You saw the size of the leather piece I took. You're paying per square foot for leather. You're not going to get a cheap piece of square foot leather. I'm sorry. You're paying for the shipping and handling. Save your money. Don't waste it. Utilize every bit of your leather. That's why I burn some of it. That's why I make earrings out of the scraps. I get 60 pounds of leather. Sorry for the seriousness. I'm trying to make you not waste. So we have this piece right here, this beautiful, thick strap of Horween leather. Beautiful. Look at that. One piece. You go to the store, what do you think you're going to pay? I think if you got that, what's that, $6? Buy that. $11.99, $13. You can buy 2 of them. Buy 20 of them. Who cares? Whatever. So you don't have to look for it. Where'd it go? See, the thing is the coolest part about it is you find a tensile strength leather you like. That's the secret to that. You make. That's your first strand. That's going to make you. Look at that. Okay, so you're going to lose some when you're braiding. You're cross braiding this or weaving it or whatever you want to do. Well, what do you want? You want a long one? You want a little one? Well, let's make it a little long. When you have a long strap, you can go back and knot it. So to shorten it down. Okay, so because we can always, take away from more, but we can't make up. But we could with leather, we could tie it together. It's a little weaker. So we got enough here. We can make enough, that one piece of leather made enough for 2 of the strands we need to braid a good 20-25 inch dropped strap. You go to your store, your local hobby store, you get your hooks, whatever. I carry them on hand. Sorry for the crotch shot. Like I said, I get them on hand here. So I rock those right there. Those are heavy. Awesome stuff. Like I said, with that bag, get these guys, sorry, I'm trying to get off subject again, but they sell these at like your hardware store. They're rivets, a little washer. You can hammer it on, get the rivet gun, whatever. Put those back up there. All right, so back to what I was saying. So we'd cut that big piece out, right? But now you have like, man, look at Horween USA. That was a good piece. Good piece there. Tells you it's square foot, right? Right there. That was a good piece. So now, I got it in scrap. So, we go, okay, we can make the earring if you're smart enough and you go out and you buy your molds or your whatever you want to call them. Like I said, you can go out. I'm not trying to knock this company. I go out and I buy it. They're great. It's expensive. Because as you can see, that's 26 yards they pulled right there. They have a machine, most likely, but in their mass production. but you can cut out any size. It don't matter. The coolest part is, okay, so if you have like a brand, or like I said, the Horween, people like that. I like that. I like to see that in the bag. So if I'm making a bag that's very unique, I have a bunch of them sitting over here. There's like 30 of them. Every one of them is unique in its own way. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. Fold it again, cut it. Try to keep that hole a decent size to get that part in, so you can use it. If you end up like this bottom set gets a little harder, you can slowly work it until you kind of get a good bite to pull. It takes some good strength. I don't really have it. It really hurts me to do that. So, like I said, I have to take gabapentin or whatever, ibuprofen for that stuff. But look at that. We pulled some more of that stuff. Now it's smaller. Look at that. See if we see the size different. Just a tad bit. Not very much, but enough to where when you're punching whatever punch you have, it'll make a world of a difference on you. I won't incorporate that into that strap because it's too small. I made it too small. But that piece right there, here's an idea. Not that big. 6 inches, 7 inches. Just guessing. We'll cut it. That right there will make one. I'm gonna guess. Just guess, because I don't measure. That's my tape measure right there. It's silver and it's hard as crap to see. I do have another one somewhere, and I have that table, but I never use it. We cut that out again. It's not a very big piece, but that's a decent size. I went a little smaller with the hole to go perfectly over it because I'm using the biggest razor part. That's the easiest one to get a good run or good bite. Now, if you run off track and you have this chunk like this, it's a real hassle to argue with. Don't try it. You can stick it back in the blade and try to get it working. I typically just go right back and I'll cut it out of there, or I'll use my snips, which are usually these really cool Fiskars bud trimmers. Yeah, I said it. Fiskars are awesome. It's for everything. You go in here and you clean this mess up. I mean, this is thick leather, and these scissors really just, I got a group of them. Look at that. Wow. Those ones still have the hash on them. Sorry. No, I'm joking. Who knows, man? Who knows? That was a good year. All right, so we're going to pull it back through again. Get that going. God, I'm so glad I bought this heater. It's like 38 degrees outside right now. I can't complain because it's colder in other places. People all over the world are in worse places. Sorry. Let's make this stuff. Let's make money. Take care of them. All right, so that's what it made. Look at that big snake. Psst. So that plus that cut down, actually, this you might even get two. Tie them in a knot. Let's just do it. We've been on here for 34 minutes live. So we're going to take that one. It's long enough to do a guesstimation. Let's do 2 on that. Or just cut it. Plat. We cut that one. We drop the other one. We take this one. We're just going to say that one's good. We're going to cut off this end. I don't like this end right here. Kind of gets a little thin. We'll use that. It fell. All right, so find what works for you. You can have it underlap, lap over. You can toss some lace in here. That's kind of somewhat similar in size. I don't know if it's over there in the corner. You can't really see it. You can add it to your bags. Braid. Take it. Hold all three. This is how I do my braids. Gives you a little tassel at the end. Most of the bags have them. Sorry, I had to correct the neck. Broke my neck. I have three. Oh, that makes about a big. It does, Bob. You grab your clamps, Harbor Freight, Rocket. Put this under the clamp. Put the head. Simple. Find what's best for you to work with, and then you just braid it until you get it looking good. You can do it however you want it. Like I said, this is some thick stuff. You're not gonna break this. You're more likely to break the lace holding the 4 points holding this down. You're more likely to untie this knot. See, when I make a bag, I typically make it so that. Okay, well that got me in the eye. There was some of the fuzz from working the leather today through the knots. So, like I said, I use those buckles. And then I got some of these little like keychains. You don't have to do that. You can strap it. You can hook the buckle straight to the leather strap. But you can also use a key ring, a heavy duty key ring. Look at that. See, like I said, this one I didn't care for because you can kind of see the gap in the sinew. I need to clean it up. I'll go back in and I'll work the leather a little bit better. I'll hide that. So you can't see it. That's hand stitched. There's nothing there. It's on the inside. And then we'll end up putting, like I said, we'll put the lining inside here. You'll have a really cool effing lining. You can rock around town and be like, yo, check this out. I got this cool bag. You know, we can take this really cool burner, burn an image in on it, whatever. So that's almost done. You know, you can go online, you can buy the tote with the strap sewn together. There you go. Carry your crap. Or you can go online, get this bag that's lined with quality. And every one of them is unique. Check this out. Let me see. I think I have a bag that I really like. Check this one. This is a tote that I made. I make totes a lot, but this one's really cool. Bear with me. Shit. I'm coming. All right. Look at that braid. I just braided it upside down. So it has the 4-leaf clover. You got the lace just tied all around the metal hoop that holds it. You can see the sinew and the lace. Oh, How's that done? Now look at that. Sorry. It's notations. Look at that. Like, I mean, I'm putting my arm in there. Tell me. And this strap, I mean, you break the strap, get a hold of me and let me know, because, I mean, I like to know if my straps break. I typically don't like straps breaking. That's why I make them really heavy duty. I'll make you a new one. I don't mess around. I'm really serious about this stuff. We'll add some really cool stuff to it. You know? I carry these cool little things, these little gifts. Look at. Some of them are really pricey. This one's cool. It's, I don't know. It says Superman. Let's get that camera to focus. Come on, camera. Oh, maybe it won't focus. Superman. All right. And that says Hope. Hope with a bullet. You know, a little time capsule or whatever it is. It's pretty heavy duty. It's metal. Glass. Toss that to some lace. We made that lace strap earlier, didn't we? Huh. Look at how that works out. I knew we did that for a reason. Look at, I said always check your ends. That right there don't fly, McFly. What do we do with that? We cut it, right? Because that happens. That's no. We can still break this. I can't. But we could. Well, I could. But I'm not going to because it would hurt me. It's strong. I mean, and that's without braiding it. And that's without braiding it, overlapping it in a knot pattern that makes it even tougher. Look at how we can go directly on it, right? You can make yourself a little necklace. Oh, keepsake for those who love Superman. You know, or you can put it on your bag if you're a Superman fan. They're embellishments. They're things that I have. If you say something like when you buy a bag from my website, if you say something like, hey, you know, can you do this with the bag? And I go, well, give me a day or two. I'll get back to you. Let me figure this out. I'll go out to the place where I pick up my goods and check to see if I can do it. It takes some time for us to ship. Typically 3 to 5 days. And sometimes maybe longer, just because we get hit with snow pretty good. So we're out here in this cabin, you know, hit with snow. So, but everything's a quality. I'll write you a personal. Oh, I found candy. Yeah, that's right. Candy's good for your soul. And it's cold. And I broke it. And I dropped it. That's 3 seconds. I think you're supposed to wait 5 seconds. Or you have 5 seconds. It's really rude to eat candy on video. 5 seconds. 5 seconds has passed, right? I mean, I'm watching the clock. It's ticking. I'll get it tomorrow. You can rock that sinew, though. Some of these bags, you know, this really is strong in flavor. Okay, so some of these bags, I like to rock the black sinew. Some of them I put the red sinew. Red sinew is sitting. See the size difference. I've used probably 200 yards of this. So you can guess. 500 yards? I don't know. Quite a bit. All right. I always have this on hand. This is my goodie tray. Okay, so like I said, hey, let's get back. Let's get back here. Up here, let's take a look. That's all filled. It's filled up with goodies, gemstones, crystals, gold, silver. Sorry, I drilled. That's why I have a beard. It's like natural filter for humans. Go get a beard. If you're a lady, get a beard. I mean, who's to tell you can't have a beard? You're the one that doesn't want it, not me. I save a lot of money not shaving. Yeah, it's attached to my back. Okay, so in the goodie box, there's always like some really cool stuff. You get hair from the hair on hide leather that gets in there, or my dog, one of the two. No, I'm joking. My dog does not come out here. Unfortunately, I'd love for my dog to come out here, but your hooks. My dog would run away. He got to come out here. He would be like, oh man, freedom. The cabin. I'm running away. You're a beautiful shimmer. Look at those. Okay, so you can go pick these up. These are beautiful. Oh, look at those. What are those ones? You get an idea. You go and you pick them up, and you can add them as embellishments to all your stuff. You know, to your earrings, to whatever you want to put into. But, you know, you're completely available to do whatever you want to do. All right, so what was I going to say? We got an itch. Mr. Mayor. Mr. Mayor's upside down. He says, let's come up with an idea for tomorrow. Burn some leather. We're going to take a piece. And you think, yay. Look at it. I can't pull it apart. I thought I could with my mind. You see the bags in my eyes. I'm tired. Just kidding. Well, time to get that tune on. This is a good sized piece right here to make a decent sized bag, whether it be a medicine bag or something. This can be the flap. We'll use the natural cut. This is the natural cut right here. So we'll let that be. Oh, my timer went off on my heater. It's been a while. Let's put it back on. All right. So, back at it. We'll burn it in. We'll etch this in. We'll draw this on. We can use transfer paper. You can trace. No one said you couldn't trace. Those idiots out there that say that tracing is stupid, they're idiots. Everybody traces. Everybody does everything. You know, I'm sick of that crap. Big babies. Every artist. It's the only way you're going to get good at something. Don't develop. I mean, you could be a savant and be born to just do whatever. I could be just born to work leather. I taught myself how to do this. You know, you could hear music. I hear music. Play it in a guitar. That's different. You could be really good at doing something with practice. anybody can do anything. So, like I said in the past, get out there and do it. Don't make excuses. Yeah, leather's expensive. It's a hobby. I'm not going to get rich doing this. This is a hobby. Unless for some reason you have a tie. You personally are CEO of Walmart and want to buy all my stuff, buy my earrings in large quantities, please do. Um, you know, make me happy. I'd get a bigger cabin to make better stuff for you guys. That's what I like to do. I'd help people. Like I said, sign up for Patreon. It helps me. Sign up. Go to my Etsy store. Helps me. Helps my family. But we rock these bags out. This is my style of bag. I will sign this bag when it gets hit on the shelves. It will be signed and it will forever stay that way. I want to say thank you to everybody that supports me on this. Some of these videos are really long. Some of them are really boring. Hopefully some of them are super insightful. Like I said, Tandy, they carry the lace cutters. You can get them online, and I don't know anybody else who else sells them. Maybe Real American Leather sells them. I don't know, but you can go online and get them, and they're a lifesaver. You don't have to order up like lace that you don't know what you're getting. You buy a good piece of 5 ounce, 6, 7 ounce leather, and you pull it through this, or you get a bigger lace cutter or a machine. If you got endless money, get whatever you want. And then make me something cool. But no, yeah, so we'll pull through. So you get like two stages. You can't really see it, but you got a row for the first row, and then it'll go closer. It'll make smaller lace. You can make it really small. The smaller you go, your tensile strength is weaker, and it's also very hard to pull thicker leather through. I bought that stuff, that Dusty Odor, Dusty Weed or whatever, and it was something I was stoked about. I thought maybe, okay, well, I can rock this out. I can make some bags, and I can also make the lace out of it. Yeah, I was wrong about that. The lace itself doesn't have tensile strength. The bags have tensile strength as a whole. The lace, you just snap it, and I won't put that into a bag. So I went out and picked up a bunch of this scrap Horween. I have other leathers. I shouldn't say hate, because you shouldn't hate, but I dislike cutting into a huge piece that I can make something really cool out of. But I like to put a lot of lace into my bags. I weave it in, I lace it in, I fringe it in. I like that freeform. I don't like to give you something that's going to have, sewn together just plain Jane. I want some quality and time. Some real USA made in Oregon leather goods. So for tomorrow, I will be back. Pick one up. Pick up some leather. Oh, like I said, the cool part is you get this, and use some more leather, obviously, bigger pieces. And then you go out and you buy yourself a hole punch, rotary hole punch. Mine's sitting way over there, and I'm not getting up to get it. Sorry. Hole punch it. make your lace, you can make a bag straight from that. That's all you need. You can make a whole bag. You need no metal, nothing. You can make a survival bag with a ton of lace. You can go out and make yourself the Revenant bag with a holder for your knife and everything, a sheath, all the stuff you need, gunpowder bag, whatever. You can make it without anything other than the leather and those tools. Just weave it, just punch the holes, and use your lace that you make from your blades off your little rotary tool. And that's how I started out doing it. Very basic. I gave out some stuff like that, and and then one day I changed and went a different route. But you start small and you start collecting. You see things. Go to thrift stores, get some more tools, some more things. I mean, I have every tool in the book now. I mean, not every tool, but industrial machines, old hammers, old mallets, old tools, measuring everything. But I spend a large quantity of my income solely on the purpose of my hobby. Unfortunately, I love it. So when you love something, go with the flow. Until next time, stay tuned. My dogs are barking. Love you guys. Peace. You in for life, family.